Act 2. That's what this feels like. Coming back, different outfit. Coming back to Ghost Ranch. Because 1, it was easy to get to. And 2, that's where I left off. Well, there's some excitement about being here. I'm not really that excited to be here. Just feel like I want to go home. Which is a thought that I don't want to be too indulgent in. But we do acknowledge that feeling. And acknowledge it would be very, very easy to go home. But the goal is right now to make it to Chama, and then we can decide what's next. Though hopefully I dream that it's Pagosa Springs. I do not hold myself to that at the moment. Because if continuing to hike is causing pain, either physically or emotionally or mentally, it's not worth it. So, but for now, and for like the next, after today, probably 4 more days, we hike. Okay, rock nerds, here you go. Geology of the kitchen mesa. And why there are 3 different colors. You can pause if you need to, but I just think they're pretty. Kitchen mesa. Not sure who that is, but that's the direction we're going. You know what's weird? I started in like proper desert this morning. I'm like 6,500 feet maybe. Oops. And now I'm up over 8 and in pine forest. Barely 7 miles difference. And yet it's a different world. Ooh, getting the shaky hand. I've got lots of big, fairly large birds of prey circling around this area by the water tank. You know, I like taking videos of water sources. This water is wicked cold. But not just that, it is in like the cutest section of meadow. Like all those flowers over there are purple. They're actually these flowers. Like the whole field is covered in them. I was sitting right over there, basically right where my pole is, in the shade. And like a hummingbird came and sat over my head for a little bit, and I watched those larger birds kind of swirl around. Just a kind of a beautiful evening. It's like 7:30, so really, you know, despite not being like the happiest person in the whole world to be back on trail, like I'm pretty doggone happy to be here. I would not be a good fan of musicals if I did not twirl in a field of flowers singing the Sound of Music. Alright, let's get back to hiking. Sometimes, desert sunsets, there are no words. I'm not even in the desert anymore, I guess. I'm looking for a place to camp. I'm currently looking for a place to camp because cows are jerks. I can't go, I don't want to go far enough to make it to the cattle guard. Because as you can see, as you saw, the sun is going down. And I found a spot that was like behind a hill. Some cows saw me go over there, and what did they do? Come over and harass me. Like, they stopped what they were eating and stared. And I'm like, that's fine. Cows have a staring problem. It's very well documented by me. And they look at you like, you know, this ain't your hood. That's the look cows give you. And then 2 young male cows, black, came over and like pretended to eat and kept getting closer and closer. And I was like, you know what? I know what this is. This is intimidation. So I'm despite my tent being half pitched, packed up, and now I'm here looking for a good spot. Because cows are jerks. I'm just gonna say it. They're adorable. They really are. Those big brown eyes. But they're mean. Dang, this is good light. I have to take some selfies. After I pitch my tent. Which means there probably won't be good light anymore. Good morning, friends. Don't know what day it is. Don't really care. I just thought this field, this meadow was just perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. Hello. I'm sleepy. And it's like 2:15. I made it to a river. It's called a creek on the maps, but I think that's a little more than a creek, don't you? I could just take a nap right here. So, 2 something, I still have another, like, 6 hours of daylight. I'm not sure what I think about how far I want to go. Thankfully, water is not the issue anymore. We met a good number of hikers today. Seen 5 other hikers going south, just section hiking. But they have been like, you're officially out of the desert, there's plenty of water. So that's nice to have as like as a cushion. My elbow is itchy, I'm sorry. So, that's pleasant. Probably gonna spend another 15 minutes here, hang out till 2:30. Because it's like it's warm today, but it's not that hot. The world changes so quickly around me as I hike north. Only yesterday, we were in Ghost Ranch, and it was like 90 something. And then now there's a river. And not just one river, like there's a river and a whole bunch of creeks that we crossed. And I say we, because today I saw Savage, who I met back in Davila Ranch, and at that cache that Jetta was maintaining. So, it's good to see her again. She was off for a few weeks, but she's back. So, we'll see. She is, well, she said she lost the trail legs a little bit, but she's a big mileage kind of person, like 36 mile days. So, a league all her own. But we might see if perchance it might make sense to go do the San Juans together if we still keep kind of hopscotching one another. Is that the word for it? My eyebrows are dirty. I can feel the fine dust in them. But I don't know if that's the word for it. Hopscotching. Anyway, I'm gonna rest for another 15. So I'll see you guys back on the trail. I'll try and actually record some trail because it's been really extremely beautiful. Just chef's kiss. Ah, and I'm master chef, master chef kiss. Been gorgeous. So, a little bit of rest and then back on the trail. Okay, something random. I'm pretty sure it is these plants, but they smell like sausage, peppers, and onions. And maybe I'm just hungry, but I'm not because I've been eating. Maybe I just want town food, but every time you walk past a huge cluster of them, nothing but sausage, peppers, and onions, and like Italian sausage with multicolored bell pepper and onion. I can't figure it out. Well, finally got a little bit of snow. Huh. I'm at 10,000 something. But for the most part, snow is gone. Which is nice. No post holing through here for me. It's actually the only patch of snow I've seen. Whoop. Now I stand corrected. There's another big boy. Right there. In this section. I wonder if that's an elk. Good morning. I woke up at 5 today. Not because I wanted to, but because the birds in the area. Whoa. Sorry, guys. There we go. But because the birds wanted to get up at 5. It's like it's like you're sleeping in a house that has surround sound and somebody decides to play their music first thing in the morning. That's what it's like. But I've been having some thinks. I've been trying to convince myself to want to do Colorado, the rest of that CDT, but it's not, man, some days I just don't feel like it. They say, you know, everybody says, my husband says, my previous people I've been hiking with, Waltzing Matilda and SOS have said, you know, don't quit on a bad day. Waltzing Matilda said, give it 2 days. If you still want to quit, then you're good. At least then you know you've really thought about it. But like, what if it's not bad days that make you want to quit? What if they're perfectly fine days? What if they're even good days, you know? Yesterday I would have described as a good day. Did 23 miles. Second day back on trail after my break. I think that was really good. I felt good. I ate enough. I was well hydrated until there was plenty of water yesterday, which is always it has been something I've worried about for basically the past month in central and southern New Mexico. But like, it was a darn fine day. Today has started out darn fine as well. But what about just okay days? What about days that aren't bad? Who has some insight for me on that one? It'll be, inshallah, today, tomorrow, today's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I will be, sorry, that sun got to me, and then I will be into Colorado, inshallah. So got time to think about it. I've got lots of people who would love to come visit, including my mom, my mother-in-law, a couple of aunts, my dear friend. So like, if I stay on, God willing, all of those visits will not fall through. It's a lot of people to fall through, but hopefully they won't all fall through, you know? I don't know. Just thinking. I definitely don't feel bad, which I'm very grateful for, but it's not, I just don't want this to turn from type 2 fun into, like, type 3 fun, which is fun that's never really fun, even when you look back on it. But I will tell you, hiking this chunk since I got back and left Ghost Ranch, which was so hot, has been really nice. It's been a lot more like hiking at home, kind of like dense coniferous forest, lots of undergrowth, and a lot more moisture in the air, probably from snow melt. I need chapstick. Well, that's been enough talking head for today, guys. Or at least for now. Maybe I'll have something insightful to say in an hour. But I'll talk to you later. So I came around the corner, about to enter this valley, and I smell smoke. It's a beautiful valley, but smoky. Let me show you. See, it's gorgeous. My concern is, where is the fire that is causing this? Because I don't necessarily have any fire updates. Okay, fire update. Apparently the fire is burning. There is a fire southeast of me, and the smoke just happens to be traveling very well. So I wet up my mask a little bit, which doesn't make it easier to breathe, especially going uphill, but keeps the smoke out, so it's better than nothing. Oofta. You can see how like smoky it is. It's not fog, unfortunately. welcome to lunchtime, afternoon break. Where there were some people over there, so that's why I'm looking. It's like a place where you can park your RV or your camper or whatever and hang out. There's like a latrine and a water spigot and all that good stuff. But I got this playlist downloaded from Spotify, right? Called Soft 90s. Why was I out there crying? Listen to I Can't Make You Love Me Like My Husband Don't Love Me. Crying. Real tears. Ugh. I've been sitting here for a while, so you can't tell anymore. But real official tears. It's very funny. Music makes you feel things, man. Alright, so it was about 2:30. It got really hot in that last section. There's a lot of green now, and it seems that green holds on to, obviously, and lets go of a lot of its own humidity. So even if an 80-something degree day, I think it's 80-something. In the shade it's 70-something, but even if in an 80-something degree day it is comfortable, you know, I'm not uncomfortable in 80 degrees anymore, but that would be fine if it were nice and dry. But we are getting to the moist part of the trail. Ew. Which is terrible, because when I left Minnesota, it was like 90-something with 80-something% humidity, which is just awful. It's like living in somebody's armpit. That's actually exactly it. That's exactly what it is. It was like armpit weather. Somebody exercising armpit weather. That was not a mental image I needed, but that's what it was. When I left Minnesota. So I'm not jazzed about the increase in humidity, though my nosebleeds are jazzed about it. I've had a nosebleed basically every day since I've been here. I don't know if it's the altitude or the dryness. Maybe a little of both, because my home is at like 800 or 900 feet. And right now, I think I'm closer to 10,000, so I'm very high up. Very sleepy. I did not have any revelations in the middle of the day, or a couple hours after. I did have one big question for myself as to why I don't finish things. I did have a revelation. Stop making decisions or first thing in the morning. I'm not a optimistic person in the morning. Or even a realistic person. It's just straight like negativity spewing forth from my noodle. So no more morning decision making unless it's, are we gonna start the trail? Yes. There's no other decision to be made. My goal was to hang out here till 3. But with the wind picking up, I might be able to get going a little earlier. I still want to rest though. 2:45, then we'll scoot. And I need chapstick, so if my brothers are watching this, don't judge me. I know my lips are crusty. I know I need chapstick. I'm usually really good about it. But I've been drinking a lot of water, and when you drink water, all your chapstick rubs off on the like sport cap. So there you go. That's your answer. Take a quick nap. Get back on trail. How strange. An entire field of stones. All white stones, too. Very strange. Good morning. There's frost on my tent. That's hard to see. Maybe on the ridgeline, you can see the white on the other side. And it's cold. But it's not that bad. No frozen socks. I did wash my socks a little bit because I had a whole extra liter of water that I was carrying for no reason, I guess. I think there's some deer over there, but they're hard to see with my eyes, so I'm not even going to try with camera. But hi, deer. This is the Rio San Antonio. It's quite a lovely river. And in a gorgeous valley. The only problem is, I'm supposed to be up there. So, we're gonna backtrack just a little bit. Because I missed a turn and ended up walking on this side, which is just a field of down trees. So I bushwhacked down, and now I'm on a cow path, which will hopefully, well, it's in the right direction anyway, bring us back towards where the trail actually is. More updates at 10. Back on the trail! It was just this scramble over here. Woo! Yeah, that was tough. Now I see 2 trails, so let's figure out what we're doing. Hey friends, I'm sitting under like what is really not one of the first trees, but one of the first trees that's close to trail, so I don't have to walk too far off. But I was looking at my map, kind of planning out the rest of today. I was planning to do 23 or so miles today if I could get it. And I was scrolling and seeing like, oh, well, let's see how far we have to go for tomorrow, too. I'm 23 miles away from the border right now. So that's really exciting. Yeah, super, super jazzed about that. I know that I should be getting to... Oh, excuse me. I planned it out so that I'd have like 3 22-mile days and a 12-mile day. But I did a 23, a 22, and we'll see how many we get in today. I'd like to get in as much as possible and then do a Nero 0 in Chama. And also, the earlier I get there, probably the better chance I have of getting on that train. Choo choo! I don't know if I'm gonna keep that. But yeah, it's, I'm kind of up high-ish, walking, not on the ridge, walking like on the edge of the side of the, is this a mesa? I think it's a mesa. But yeah, I just, when I showed you, what was it? Rio San Antonio. I had scrambled down like 350 feet. Super, super sketchy. Because I hadn't paid attention. I got lost in conversation with myself. And so I had to scramble down. And then I was too far upstream, so I came downstream. And then I saw where people were talking about, like, oh, you can just scramble up the fence. Ooh. I got ants crawling up the back of my shirt. And so I scrambled up the fence. Up the rocks by the side of the fence. Got back on trail. Wound my way around. And here we are. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Hold on. Is that not beautiful? Here you go. There's the direction I came from. You can see the trail kind of winding around that edge there. But it's absolutely stunning. I want to use my umbrella, but I haven't been because it's been too windy and I don't want it to blow away. But the good thing is the wind also helps keep me cool. So, oh, excuse me. So that's a fringe benefit. Also, I realized that my hat used to be like, I don't know, I think this hijab is like a cream colored, like very slightly brown. This hat used to also be very slightly brown. It is sun bleached all the way to high white. So, you know, just remember, cover your skin and or wear sunscreen. Because it will turn your lips colors too. So I made sure to get a chapstick with some SPF in it. Oh, other thing with that scramble down, I lost my sun gloves because I put them in my pocket, in an open pocket on my backpack, thinking I don't want to tear these up because they're already a little fragile. They had a lot of holes in and around the seams, like between my thumb and first finger, like this whole seam there, just was holding on by threads in both hands. So I was like, we're probably gonna have to grab some trees. Let's, make it easy. But totally lost him. So thank goodness the shirt has like finger holes or thumb holes, but I really need to get a new pair now for sun protection. Might try out a different brand. Those previously ones were I think they were Outdoor Research. I think. But we'll find out. We'll try out a different brand next time and see how we feel. I love trying out new stuff. Especially stuff that may not be like everybody's first thought, Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna get to scooting. That's enough for a morning break. See you guys later. Hey guys. Sorry, there's a mosquito trying to bite my elbow. I thought about doing this at the campsite, but there were people there and I was too ashamed to do hiker trash mess, and like dry out my tent. Cause like I showed you this morning, it was like covered in frost, which is water, in case you didn't know. So my tent has been wet in my backpack all day. It's like 4:30 right now, and currently, there she is, blowing in the wind. Flies sitting on her, but drying out. Thank you, high altitude sunshine. And fairly dry climate. It's been a lot moister, as I can tell by the amount of mosquitoes that seem to exist in this area now and keep trying to bite me. I am the fool that went home for a week and did not treat any of her clothes with permethrin. Should have had a V8. V8, if you want to sponsor this, I love V8 Splash. Actually, V8 Splash sounds bomb right now. Huh. I'm always thirsty. Always. When I go into town, I don't I do go and buy like one of those Snickers or like Twix ice cream bars. Those are everything to me. But I usually just like stock up on like 6 different kinds of drinks. It's like 3 different kinds of juice, two different sodas, and like a vitamin. Oh, and Gatorade. I wonder how long I'll be able to continue to get that cucumber lime Gatorade. It is something I found in New Mexico. Apparently, it's something they also have in Texas. But it's not something I've ever seen in Minnesota. So, as I go north, I would like to continue to have cucumber lime Gatorade. It's honestly the best flavor. I'm not a cop because I know the name of that Gatorade. It's light green because the dark green is apple. Oh God. I'm not a cop though. They say the only cops know the real names of Gatorade. There's the red one, the orange one, the blue one, the light blue one. There's the white one. There's a dark green one and the light green one. The light green one is cucumber lime, and I can't find it anywhere else. And I'm really hoping that when I finish this trail, I don't end up like ordering a case of cucumber lime Gatorade to my house. I might do that. I might see who carries it and if somebody will mail it to my house. Probably for August, because I gotta go back for a wedding on my birthday, inshallah. So like double whammy, get to see some very dear friends get married, and also celebrate my birthday. 28. Whew. Some people worry about 30. I've been worried about 28. It's my 4th segment of 7. So, you know, whatever that means to anybody for any reason. All these numbers are arbitrary. Don't worry about any given age. Ow! Ouch! A mosquito just bit my tuchus. Okay. That's how you know it's time, ow, to get back on the trail. That's why I've been hiking so fast, to outrun mosquitoes. But it's getting later in the day, so it's a good time to put on some miles. I've got like 7 more miles that I want to do today. And if I can do more, that's great, because that means there's less miles boop, 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 to do tomorrow. And tomorrow, we're crossing the border. Still a little smoky hazy, but by George, is it beautiful. So it's currently 8:15 and I'm still walking, mostly because the orb of the sun just dipped below the horizon, but also because these meadows are just tough, because they can have so much water in them. And just to get a few more, like, 10ths of a mile behind us. But isn't it beautiful? Oh, and over there, that's not lakes, that's snow. Good morning. This is our last morning in New Mexico. That's pretty incredible. I'm super sleepy though, even though it's almost 6. Time to get up though. Okay, an official good morning to you. Not from my bed. This has been a climby kind of section. And I might have picked a bad time to record if I have to go over all these trees. So this is not the official CDT. This is a road that it crosses twice, like a mile apart. And I accidentally stayed on the road. I really absent-minded, just walking. But there's nothing I love more than walking next to water. And there's just been loads of flowing water and little bitty waterfalls coming off this hill to the left. And see, there's one over there too. So, if you do happen to absent-mindedly or intentionally take the road, just know you won't be short of water. See, look. Hello, friends. I'm taking a break on a log. And at kind of a weird angle, because if I try and video like this, boop, there's the sun. You know, down trees, going over and under and around them, it's tough work. Ouch. As is trying not to get too bitten up by mosquitoes. Note, if you ever have the opportunity to treat your clothes with permethrin before going into the backcountry, do it. It will save you this issue. Permethrin also repels ticks, so that's great. Prevent Lyme disease and all the mess that mosquitoes carry. Also, just itchy bumps. Even if you don't get anything from a mosquito bite, like, itchy bumps are annoying enough. But right now, I am 1.5 miles away from the border. And I am 4-ish miles from the road where I can hopefully catch the train into Chama. I'm really hoping. I would prefer not to hitch. But if I'm gonna hitch, hopefully Savage is there and we can hitch together. So a little less sketchy. Anyway, I'm hanging out with my feet in the water. Because I stepped in a mud puddle and I'm like, well, my feet are wet anyway. May as well enjoy a quick soak. So, it's all the news that's fit to print right this moment. And I'll see you at the border, eh? Bro, we did it! Welcome to Colorado. We are exiting the Carson National Forest. Oh, that was satisfying. Talk about stuff that feels like success. Getting to the top of a hill, going, oh, what does that sign say? Colorado. Oh, man. We did it. We did it. We did it. Let me show you this view. Hold on a second. Yeah. Welcome to Colorado. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll miss you, New Mexico. You might be my favorite state. Sheep stampede. Yowza. Alright friends, so I made it to Colorado. Thank you so much for watching this video, and just know that I appreciate all of your support. Also, if you know what that animal call was, please let me know. I am highly curious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.